welcome into the studio again. Today I thought I'd show you a section from one of my long 2-hour Patreon pastel videos. On this video I'm just going to show you how I layer fur to create details and depth as well. So if you want to see a 2-hour version, pop over to my Patreon channel, and remember the tier, this is tier 2 and above, and if you join you get access to all of the 5 years worth of videos that I've done on that tier as well. So now I'll start to work on that fur area again. Okay, so let's take a look at this in detail once more. So remember, got the basic tonal value in, did that with the Panpastels, rubbed it into the tooth of the paper with our fingers, or you could have used a paper stump. Now as you look at the reference you can see those darker elements in the haze in between the highlight haze. So a highlight haze could be light grey or white, you know, or anything that's lighter than the underlayer. So I'm putting this just roughly, see, loosely in between where I'm going to put the highlights on top. I'm touching the surface with my finger and that's just softening it. I see lots of novices, they got this really hard edged mark in areas that need to be soft. Okay, so don't be afraid to use your fingers, clean your fingers on just some microfiber. Now up here needs to go even darker in the direction the fur and the haze are lying. So I'm repeating myself frequently, but it bears repeating. That's what we need to be doing. Okay, and I see lots of people not doing that. You can see a randomness to my stroke. We don't have to be copying every single position and hair that we see, and we're just after that impression. Every now and again I'm turning my pencil in between strokes, yeah, and that's stopping a flat edge coming very quickly on my pencil, so I'm not having to sharpen them really frequently. Okay, so I'm getting these darker areas in first before I come back with slightly lighter layer on the next layer. Okay, so you saw how I, quite dramatically darkened a lot of that. Remember I said I wanted mine to look a bit softer and a bit more of a soft visual look to it. So I've gone a bit darker than the reference, but don't forget the real drawing in real life does look a little bit lighter. But I'm here to show you the techniques, not to really show off my drawings. So I'm just going to continue now and darken a couple of other areas. So I've moved the camera to show you those. Then I'm going to come back in and start to put the highlights on top. Okay, so back in with the highlights. Fairly sharp pencil. Starting with the fur, the hair that's, furthest away from the camera in depth. Okay, so basically I usually start with the hairs that are furthest away and then gradually overlap the ones that are coming on top of it, because that's how it is in real life. Okay, so I'm creating that same effect. Once again, notice I'm twirling the pencil in between my strokes every now and again. Okay, if I wanted to be a bit softer, just a slight touch with the finger. Okay, so that's the base layer there of details put on top of those darker areas. So you see, I haven't jumped straight in with the lightest lights. Okay, I'm going to build layers up. I'm saving those. I'm not covering up all the darks that's underneath. Okay, lots of novices, they cover up too much. They don't allow the underlayer to show through. So you can see, keeping the strokes quite random but going in the correct direction. Building up the layers. Okay, so that's the first layer of detail going on top of that darker detail I put on. It's my first lighter layer. And now I've switched to an even lighter grey, and I'm coming in with the second lighter layer going on top. Okay, same process, obviously a slightly different positions. I'm not directly trying to match the lighter ones that went underneath. I'm not pushing particularly hard, just hard enough for the pencil marks to transfer onto the pastel mat paper. Okay, so this is the second layer of the lighter tones going on top. Now, not all the marks are light grey. You can see I'm going in with a flesh colour. Bit of a subdued pinky colour. Okay, so when I'm seeing those colours in the reference photo, I'm selecting something similar in my pencils and putting those on the drawing. Adding variety to the viewer, what the viewer is going to see. Makes it all look a bit more realistic as well. So don't be afraid to, add different colours. And now I'm going even lighter in places. It's still a grey, it's a very light grey. Pushing a bit harder now to create a more distinct mark. So even this layer, we've had the PanPastel layer, then we've had that dark layer, then a light layer, then another light layer, and now another light layer going on top. Okay, so multiple layers building up all the time. That's what's creating the depth. I heard someone say once that the fur has got hair plus in between it is air. Okay, so that's why we're building up layers, creating the depth, the lush, thick look of hair and fur. Hi, my name is Jason Morgan. I've been an artist for over 25 years, and if you want to improve your artwork really fast and end frustration, I think my art channel is just for you. So on this video, I'm just going to talk about my Patreon art channel and show you a selection of videos that's on there. Now, as my channel's been going for over 5 years, I've got a real huge back catalogue of videos for you to watch. And when you join, you get access to all of the videos I've previously done on the tier you join at. So that could very well be hundreds of hours worth of videos. And I have subjects from the very beginner all the way up to super advanced. So I'm just going to scroll through a few of those on the screen just so you get an example, an idea of the type of things that I've got on there. And remember, I've got 109 pastel videos, 31 oil videos, and 14 other ones like charcoals and some coloured pencils as well in there. And each video goes from start to finish. The videos go through all the steps from the drawing all the way through to the final completion as well. So I've also got very dramatic subjects. I've got things like pet portraits and realism, wildlife, leopards, cheetahs, orangutans, and also subjects in their natural environments as well, and some more unusual things. It's not always about furry animals, so I've got some reptiles, frogs, the earth, even churches, but it is mainly wildlife that is on there. These are just a few extra ones I put on as well. So even a human portrait and a couple of landscapes too. So it really doesn't matter whether you're a beginner, novice, or really advanced. I've got lots and lots at each level, over 1,500 members on my Patreon art channel, and many of them had never picked up a pencil or a brush before, and they're really surprised and amazing their families and friends with what they can create now in such a short time. And I also show you exactly how I do my most advanced work as well, which is something artists don't often share. Now that was just a few of the pastel videos I've got on there, and here's a few oils as well, just so you get an idea of that. Now it doesn't matter if you're only into pastels, only into oils, you will learn from each of the videos that's actually on there. And there's also videos on other very important things like composition, basic digital editing, how to print your reference photos and how to take really good ones as well, and also new reference photos each month. And as well as all of that, you also get access to our secret Facebook group for members only, and virtually every one of the members thinks it's the nicest, most supportive group they've ever joined. Now finding all of those videos is super easy. I've got a companion website, so with just one click you can jump to all of the videos you want. Now hundreds of hours worth of videos, it doesn't cost hundreds of pounds or dollars. You can join from anywhere over the world, and it just costs from $4 per month, so roughly $1 a week. And there's no contract. You can leave and come back whenever you want, and you can go up and down all the tiers when you want as well. Hope that's a useful video, and I'll see you all again real soon.